If your last minor injury actually killed you instead, what would you have died doing? Taking a jar of pickles out of the fridge. Tweaked my back and had to take a day off work. My 30s are rougher than I expected. I tweaked my back washing my hands at the bathroom sink. I guess I bent just right and it went out for almost a week. 32 hit me hard. I tweaked my back wiping my twat after peeing. 35 is rough. I tweaked my back just laughing at that. Tweaked my back with a degenerative spinal condition. 38's rough. I'm a male and not looking forward to tweaking my twat in my 30s sad face. I knew that chair was out to get me. Me too. Just hit my toe on the chair leg. It's pains like hell. OP asked about minor injuries. Everyone knows stubbing your toe is not a minor injury. Then what is it? It's honestly like your foot getting in a car accident with household items. Sometimes it's so bad you have to call a tow truck. I'll see myself out. Slitting the sheet with a hangnail, which tugged on it and made it throb. Now my fingernails hurt. No. The air getting drier and drier. Fingers getting rougher and crustier. Little points of skin along the nails leaning further and further out, catching on anything and everything, including neighboring fingers. But you try to pull one of them off, it tries to unzip your entire damn finger. It's like a pull tab around the cork on a new bottle of whiskey. Yeah, I apparently died by unzipping the skin all along the bottom of my thumbnail when I was just trying to get rid of a little tag in the corner. Hiking with preschoolers. To be honest, you could probably die from doing that. Definitely. Not sure if your name makes your comment better or worse. Definitely better. I apparently died in a horrible shaving incident. Same here it would seem. Luckily I did make it out alive this time, but it was a close shave. Thought my razor sucked, but it barely made the cut. Why did you shave the armpits of the family moving into the house? I raised the house, like you asked me to, boss. Not raised, idiot. Raised. You work in construction. How the hell did you frick up this badly? Cut it out. Take my upvote and get out. Die stepping on a Lego trying to build a helicopter. It's an honorable death. He died for a noble cause. They needed the helicopter. Someone fell into the river in Lego City. Hey, who will save the day now? He said minor injury, sir. Being playfully attacked by my cat. Oh look, it's playing with me. Cat. Munch. Cat out here creating horcruxes to get a 10th life. Fun fact. Cats usually have around 63 embryos, based on a litter of 7, and in utero each cat murders 9 of their siblings in pitched combat, and absorbs them. This allows the cat to harness 9 extra souls inside its body, hence the 9 leaves, and why witches love cats. It's also why cats scream during eggs, not because of the barbed peanutses, but because it needs to introduce the new sperm into the uterus with a battle cry, so both the eggs and the sperm are fully engaged in warfare from the get-go. This is due to felines having a long history of war and famine, and why kittens are battle-hardened from the beginning. When cats meet each other in the wild, millions of years of warfare come rushing in, due to a gland in their brain called the infamous catus gland, the origin of which is unknown. If you listen to a cat sleep, you can hear a faint decus pro escape their throat, possibly a motto from the ancient cats of old. Now you know. I could have gone my whole life without knowing this. Infamous catus gland lol. Also decus pro is Latin for honor. This is funny, but none of it true. Goddamn paper cut. You too? The paper was just being plain rude. I ripped the paper up. It totally deserved it after treating you so poorly. Stupid paper cuts. Me 3. I got a little slice on my wrist from a cardboard box. Now I'm imagining if it struck an artery and I was running around bleeding out at work. How am I covered in bruises, but don't remember a single minor injury I had? If Reddit has taught me anything, buy a carbon monoxide detector. Wait, why? Being headbutted by my toddler, that is actually kind of badass. Dude, your kid is a Dark Souls boss. Pretty much P. I remember trying to explain the black eye I got from having my nephew on my lap and he rocked back pretty hard. Slipped down gravel embankment carrying too much stuff. Twisted my ankle lol. I will carry all these bags in one trip if it kills me. Spoiler. It did. Pulled a calf muscle jerking off. At least I went out doing what I love. I have a lot of questions that I don't want answered. Clearly both his hands were broken and his mum wasn't home, so he had to wank with his calves. I have even more questions now. Ever heard of self-foot jobs? It would have cost you nothing not to comment this. Pizza cutter dropped on my foot. That actually sounds like it hurt. I'd like to be able to say that there was no screaming and cursing involved, but I'd be lying. But the pizza mostly made up for its smiley face. That sounds totally painful. Wrangling the turds out of the cat's litter box. Leaning over to scoop one in the bag. Whacked my head on the counter hard enough to see stars. Imagine your body being found face first in dirty cat litter. That's one of those things that I don't want answers to out of context. Twisted my groin. I have questions. Do you really want the answers? Yes. Okay then. I've prepared a table with enough seats for everyone who wants to know. Sits down. And now we wait for more to join and for the OP to walk in and tell us what happened. Sits down. He died doing what he loved, opening a bottle of wine, but slicing his finger on the foil seal. At least you didn't whine about it. Get out, Dad. Which is admirable, seeing as his drinking plans were foiled. Peeling an orange. Got a tiny wound under my nail, stung like a itch though. Does spilling bacon grease on you count? Hot medieval anti-seeger oil. Yes. Biting the inside of my cheek while chewing gum. I'd die a few times. I'll start. Flying off the bottom a slide at a playground. I can't tell if you are too young to be on Reddit, or too old to be going down the slide. Not that I'm judging you if it's the latter. Oh, I'm way too old to be flying down a slide. It's all that extra mass. Ain't nothing ever gonna stop me from looking like a fool at the playground with my kids. That means you are doing parenting right. Thanks. I try my best. Mostly just have a lack of shame and a love for silliness. So your kids have not reached that adolescent, eye-rolling age yet. Tripping over a brick. Hey same. Were you running drunk through someone's yard to get to your waiting Uber too? Death by playful kitty. Brutal paintball shot to the back. I was betrayed. Hey, not the only one. Though, from the front. Right on the rib under my pecs. Still hurts. Walked into a pillar. Don't laugh. I've seen worse, for example that one time I ran full speed into my grandma's fridge. I once ran into a door. I once ran into a microwave. Sorry, I totally laughed. Me too. Sorry bruv. Unplugging a thing and got tapped by 115 volts. Only now for this AskReddit it has become capped by 115 volts. Wait, a 115 volt shock would only give you a minor injury. I thought that was easily enough to stop a person's heart. The voltage is dangerous, but what actually kills you, it's the amperage. But boy does it sting. Not bad, just a very uncomfortable feeling. I'm an industrial electrician. Been hit by 110, 120, plenty of times. Doesn't sting. It's more of a tingle like that fake gag pen when I was a kid. Electro Boom fans are shaking their heads right now. I cut my finger sharpening a pencil. That's some Darwin Awards it. I cut the top of my pinky and it just never stopped bleeding. Or flesh-eating bacteria maybe. I dunno. I'm dead. I knew bathing my cats was a risky move. She scratched and bit me. Guess one of them broke the skin rather than just bruise like usual. So, sepsis. I die from sepsis. At least my cat is no longer dandery. I opened a bottle of Vine Brew and cut myself twisting the cap. From bumping my head on my nightstand. Talk about an embarrassing way to go. Fallen down 14 steep-ass stairs. Yikes. Glad you're okay. I also managed to fall down the stairs a couple weeks ago and luckily escaped with minor injuries myself. I stabbed myself with a knife. Are you okay? Like you didn't get too badly hurt, did you? They can still type, so they have at least one hand. I mean, you don't actually need hands to type. I'm just trying to be the optimist. Also, we don't know for sure that they have a dong. I can confirm that I have a dong. Paper cut on my tongue. So were you sealing a letter or rolling a blunt? His girlfriend is an envelope. Cha-cha real smooth. I have an irrational fear of this happening. Now I know that it actually can. Showing someone how sharp my axe was by shaving off some arm hairs. Tiny cut on my forearm. I would have died stepping on a burr. It was in Florida, so there was a chance I could have actually died. Trampled by a horse. Died from sneezing. Just yesterday I threw out my neck by sneezing while my neck was turned. Can't move my head without pain now. I'm only 28. Stubbing my toe, which is pretty much how Jack Daniels died, so I'll take it. Falling to my death off a bridge somewhere in northern India. So your last minor injury was caused by falling off a bridge? Death is a minor injury apparently. This must be Jesus.